We will talk about the experimental study in psychological research. An experiment is a controlled test of hypothesis in which the researcher manipulates one variable to discover its effect on another variable. In human research, it involves informed consent. Human research subjects must participate voluntarily and must know enough about a study to make an intelligent decision about whether to participate. There are two types of experimental variables. The independent variable is the variable that the experimenter manipulates. The dependence variable is a variable that is affected by the independent variable. It refers to what is measured. To further explain, when psychologists set up an experiment, they think, if I do X, then my participant will do Y. In this case, the X represents the independent variable, and the Y represents the dependent variable. To test your understanding, let's try a question. An experimenter wants to study the effects of music on studying. She has some students study while listening to music, and others study in silence. And then she compares their test scores. What is the independent variable in this case? Is the independent variable the students, the presence of music while studying, the kind of music, or the test scores? In an experiment, in comparison condition in which subjects are not exposed to the same treatment as are those in the experimental condition, this is the control condition. In some experiments, the control group is given a placebo, which is an inactive substance or fake treatment. For experiments to have experimental and control groups composed of similar subjects, random assignment should be used. Each individual participating in the study has the same probability as any other of being assigned to any given group. In experiment, we also need to be aware of the experimental effects. This refers to the unintended changes in subjects' behavior due to cues inadvertently given by the experimenter. The strategies for preventing experimental effects include single or double-blind studies. Finally, we have to know that the major advantage of using experiment in psychological study is that it allows for the determination of cause and effect relationships. Yet, the limitations include the following. The sample may not be representative of a population. Furthermore, in experiment, participants may act in ways they ordinarily would not.